All right, next up we have Issac Kelly with the Internet of Things. What can you tell us?
So I did a couple projects this year where I bought devices that were IP-based, and they only had an iPhone app, or in this case an iPhone and an Android app, but they didn't have an API that was addressable or public or open, and I took issue with that, and so I installed TCP dump on my router via installing custom Linux-based firmware, and then I sucked down all the packets and did a lot of clicking around in order to figure out what happens on the wire. And then you take what happens on the wire and you write a specification. So you write a specification, and that takes a couple nights to kind of go through, take the diffs of every request, response, and see what happens. And then you can write an API client. And then I just published it to the internet, right? And lots of people have gotten a lot of use out of this. Everything from art projects with the Hue to helping quadriplegics control things in their house with brain-computer interfaces with Wemo. And that was really inspiring to me, and I just kind of wanted to show up and talk about it.
That's awesome. So do you have instructions so that other people can jump in and say, yeah, I want to reverse engineer my device too?
Yeah, so I blogged about it a couple times this year. It's online. If you go to plumgarage.com, you can, it's right on the front page, both for the Belkin and for the Hue bulbs. And happy to help anybody else. Like I'm really excited by this stuff and trying to get a generic home automation controller going, and it'll take a lot of people kind of reverse engineering devices or writing clients for the things they have around them, and so trying to get started with that.
Sounds like a movement. And now we all have Raspberry Pis. Are those going to be helpful with the effort?
That's the idea, right? So the Raspberry Pi is this really cool low-power device that you can have always on and can provide like a base layer, right? And that's kind of where I'm going next, is providing a common set of services that you can control generic devices, any devices that you can eventually address with computer systems.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.